to order. Facilities, it's 9:30. Today's the 25th of February. We do have a quorum. I see 3 distinguished men out there on the committee, so that's great. Okay, 2 out of 3. Dan's looking around, he's a little confused. We're going to start off with buildings and grounds right away, so I will, first thing I want to do is approve the minutes from the last meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Motion by Mr. Diamond, second by Mr. Bruno. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, so let's go right to buildings and grounds. And I'm going to turn it over to Kevin Hajos.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The first item on the agenda is a notice of intent to fill the cleaner position. One of our cleaners, I say resignation, she has left to go work over at the Human Services Building for DSS. So more money for her, but I'll need to backfill the position.
Motion for that. Motion by Mr. Conover, second. Do I have a second for moving that? Second by Mr. Bruno. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
The next item under referral and pending items is the discussion regarding the concrete area out front. As of now, Clark Patterson Lee, our consultant, is kind of putting together a concept plan for me. Once I have that concept plan, I'll bring it back to the committee so we can take a look at it.
Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. We'll move on to information for discussion and review. Anything, Mr. Hajos?
No.
Privilege of the floor. Hearing none. Yes.
I'm sorry, just to backtrack just for a second, Kevin, when you do your plan for the concrete area, which I hope will be reduced in terms of the amount of concrete, are you also going to be addressing the granite steps coming into the building as
Yes.
part of that?
We're gonna address that whole area out front.
Thank you.
Any, again, privilege of the floor for anybody who wants to say anything? Okay, let's move on to the airport. And we'll go to number 3, action agenda, new business. I'll turn it over to Mr. DeGraw.
Good morning, everybody. I have 3 items for a resolution request. First one is an amendment to Resolution 540 from 2019, amending the not-to-exceed grant amount from $40,000 to $49,500 for an LED lighting project design.
Okay, do I have a motion to amend it? Motion by Mr. Conover. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Bruno. Any discussion on that? Yes, Mr. Diamond.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The actual resolution that I have in front of me today says 40,000. Do we have to modify that?
That's the old resolution.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the old one. I just wanted to show you the old one before we...
Okay, thank you.
Further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
The
Number
next-
4.
The next resolution is the approval of out-of-state travel for myself to attend the Hershey Conference.
Motion by Mr. Conover, second by Mr. Diamond. Any discussion on that? This is, can you tell us just a little bit about this conference, Mr. DeGraw?
Yeah, it's an annual conference where airports and the FAA meet down in Hershey. There's seminars and we have conferences and interact with each other. It's the one chance I get to get outside the airport and interact with my peers and with the FAA who I'm dealing with.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Number 8 on your agenda.
This is an amendment to one of our leases on the airport for ESMI. We reviewed their insurance requirements with the county attorney, and we have an updated insurance requirements for these guys, which are more in line with what they're actually doing out there.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Conover, seconded by Mr. Bruno. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Abstain.
One abstain, okay. Let's see here, we're on number 4, referral and pending items.
The first referral has to do with the solar project that we're looking at the airport. Still waiting for approval from the FAA and some guidance from the FAA on the change from aeronautical to non-aeronautical use. So still waiting in a holding pattern for that.
Okay, discussion, Mr. Conover.
Yeah, Don, I just want to make sure that I'm all for the idea. I think it's a wonderful thing, but I think there needs to be very specific language in there that it becomes an issue now or in the future relative to principal use, which is the airport, that they have to remedy the issue immediately. In other words, they have to remedy the issue immediately, whatever the issue might be. In other words, the burden needs to be on them relative to this. So I mean, I think that language needs to be, maybe for Mary, my concern is that there can't be any nonsense about this if we're running an airport public safety. If there's something that FAA misses or we miss or somebody misses, it needs to be remedied.
We'll have that wording clearly stated in any agreement.
Thank you.
Further discussion, Mr. McGowan?
What's his name?
What's his name?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. How many panels, what are we talking for wattage? Do we know anything? Because we don't know what size lot FAA is going to allow us to.
Right, so we've identified 3 areas, approximately 90 to 100 acres when you put them all together. 2 of the 3 areas that we've submitted to the FAA will need an aeronautical study review, so we have them off to the side. The 3rd area may be exempt from any further FAA review. So once we figure out what's happening with the 3rd area, then we'll go back and we'll handle the other 2 areas for the final FAA determination, changing it from aeronautical to non-aeronautical use. Once we get to that point, then we'll put together a bid, our RFP, request for a proposal, and we'll put that out there, and then we'll see what we get back. And at that point, we'll answer that question.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none. Let's see here, what's the next one, Don?
For Part 139.
Part 139, do you want to?
Yeah, I want to touch on this a little bit. We talked about, the possibility of renewing our Part 139 at the airport. Don and I would actually like to ask the permission of the committee that we just kind of put this on hold, maybe remove it from referrals for now. Don and I spoke about it. We'd like to see really what the actual costs are, what it cost us for having this Part 139 certificate. And some of that has to do with some of the fire training that our guys go through and whatever else. But if you give us a 6 months to a year, let us really determine what those costs may be, and then we can come back to the committee at that time.
Discussion? And you're going to, at the Hershey conference, Don, am I correct, you're going to talk to some of your peers or some of the experts in that arena?
Yeah, I've done a little bit on telephone, but this will give me the chance to see him in person and make sure that we're not missing anything.
That makes sense to me. Seeing no discussion, we'll move forward. Information for discussion review. Nothing else. Privilege of the floor. Seeing none. Motion to adjourn. I didn't beat Kevin Garrity's record, but I came close. Motion to adjourn by Ms. Hogan, second by Mr. Conover. All in favor?
Aye. That's what you figure, right?
Opposed? Adjourned.
Danny boy.